And so let's talk a little bit about what he's doing to be able to get the sound that he has in his voice. So if you're going to be singing this song, this is not like, he's not singing it with a neutral or low larynx by and large, except for those end parts that I already talked about. But he really focuses on what I like to call the whiny kid.
Run, run, lost boy, they say to me. And I'm just a dead man walking tonight.
It's a very interesting choice of how to start the song here. You know, this is kind of a heavy-hitting song as far as pop songs go. And to start it off with harmonies like this just doesn't quite fit what I think the initial vibe of the song is. So, interesting choice. I would have started it just normally, but this is their choice.
If you want to see an uncut version of this video, check out the link in the description.
I think that would have been a stronger start, you know? This was the song, you know, that everybody was singing that summer, and it would have been very easily recognizable just from that first lyric. All right, so he's really getting audience involvement. We'll see if that's just kind of a cover up as time goes on, or if he just wanted to get everybody in on it right at the beginning. Usually you do one full chorus and then get everybody involved. But yeah, he's right on there with the pitches that he is singing. And right there, he's in a very strong belt with some distortion in the middle. And he's just using an intense amount of compression that is then allowing his voice to distort at high parts of that song. All right, so something is telling me though that this is keyed down, if I'm not mistaken. So let's check that out quickly. Yeah, definitely keyed down. Definitely keyed down. Yeah, he's keyed that down at least a half step, if not a whole step. I'm not exactly sure. Not going to check it out, but he's keying it down. Still, he's making it work that way. If you want to get a free lesson from me, click the link down below. He's also doing something very interesting at the end of each line, and it's actually making him fall a little bit flat, and I'm wondering why he's doing it. He's doing this, a little bit of a dopey sound. This is actually something we go through in lessons to be able to get people to relax their larynx and not let it go so high and get so tight. But often if it's done within the midst of a line, it can throw things off because you're shifting it unless you're able to, you know, really be very exacting with the pitch. It can drop like this. And that's kind of what's happening to his pitch, is that his pitch is dropping down with his larynx. So I don't know why he's doing that, but yeah, you can hear one. There's so much like nasality there. It's almost like a high larynx position. He's doing that. I don't know what that is. He's like dropping and then kind of like going back to normal. I'm not sure what his approach is with that, because it's definitely not in the original and it's throwing off the pitch. So it's again, my place, that's your pitch. But he's doing this scoop, especially with the harmony. It sounds so out. You looking at those strangers, hope to God you see my face. Here we go. Yeah, that was better. So there he relaxed that one a little bit more. The harmonies are sounding really good on this one as well. So that's a really good, I mean, backup vocals are very difficult, and most backup vocalists are kind of thrust into the position of being backup vocalists. So it's really cool to see that somebody's doing backup vocals and doing a pretty good job. Young blood, see you want me, say. Okay, so you see he's ducking out for the past two choruses. He's ducking out of that high part of the chorus. Actually, okay, so there he actually sang the full thing. Maybe he's doing it to give himself a break. Maybe he's doing it to get the audience involved. I think regardless, they're pretty involved, which is pretty cool. It's nice to hear, you know, the audience singing the song right back at you.
Pulling away from you. Giving you take, giving you take.
And so let's talk a little bit about what he's doing to be able to get the sound that he has in his voice. So if you're going to be singing this song, this is not like, he's not singing it with a neutral or low larynx by and large, except for those end parts that I already talked about. But he really focuses on what I like to call the whiny kid, which is basically the tonality where the sound is coming right here. It kind of sounds like SpongeBob. You're pushing and pulling away from you. So he's got like that type of push. You're pushing. Even more than what I was doing, but that's kind of the tonality that he's finding. It's not you're pushing and pulling away from you. It's a totally different tonal quality that gets. Not to say one is right or wrong, but if you're after his sort of sound, it's really whiny. It's a whiny kid.
You're running around, I'm running away, running away.
Running away. You can really hear it there. You can really hear young blood. It's not young blood. That would be more rounded, more neutral. He's young blood. It's got that sort of quality to it.
I'm just a dead man walking tonight.
And if you notice also a lot of his vowels, and this kind of feeds into that sound, his vowels are very wide and splatty. That helps to get that super bright resonant tone that I call the whiny kid. And it's interesting because he's not going quite so hard. He's doing a really great job of pacing himself. And this is what I teach a lot of my students, is that you don't need to go all out every single song that you sing. And a lot of times people think like, okay, I'm singing this song, I'm going to give it my all. But then when it comes to actually singing a concert where they've got to go through 10, 20 songs, it's going to be way overwhelming because there's no way you can possibly manage that volume of songs on your voice. It's too taxing. So that's something that I think people find over time singing, that it can be overly taxing if they try to go all out for every single song. And you can even hear it. So he's letting his voice go to falsetto even at certain spots when he's got the harmony vocals to kind of boost and bolster his vocal. So you can hear he goes to falsetto right here. That's him backing off his voice significantly. You can hear that on out. He goes to his falsetto there.
Now, we got one more chance at this. If you know this song, sing it as loud as you can. On 4, every single person in here is gonna jump up and down. Are you ready?
Oh, he's Australian. I'm like, that's such an interesting accent. And then on Are You Ready, I could hear he's Australian. Wow, look at the crowd. That's gotta feel good. You look out at the crowd and they are all freaking out, just jumping like crazy. Wow.
Thank you very much for having us. Good night.
An awesome song and quite an incredible performance, like really, really well done overall. You could see it's really his real voice coming through. There's no lip syncing going on. He has dropped down the key to make it a little bit easier for himself, but you can see that he's all about pacing himself in this one. And that is, I think, a good lesson to learn for many vocalists. So you don't need to blow your voice out on every single song. You can go a little bit lighter and still make it work. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please hit the like button down below. If you want to see more videos like this, check out that one right there. You're going to like it.